Alright, so getting into the graphics settings, running 1280 by 800, windowed, custom, show FPS on, VSync off, 60 limit. I upped the game a little bit because I felt it was a bit too dark. The field of view I put at 90. Feel free to lower it if you want a little bit boost in the FPS, but it becomes more difficult when the combat's going on because somebody may be left or right and it's just more difficult to see them and block. Let's see, we got FSR, performance, sharpness, mid, motion blur off, near depth of field off. Advanced graphics are all low, just double check there, and yep, and there you go. And so we'll get into the mods now and how to configure, download, and install those. Alright, so the most important mod to me now, and that everybody should be using, is the saving without savior stops. The reason being is the game deletes saves randomly in chunks. I mean, look at this. 206, 262, 289, 317, 3. It has deleted chunks of my saves. And the reason I had so many saves was because I wanted to show you guys performance stuff and say like, oh, this is a good area, or this area is a little off kind of thing. But because of that, I now can't go back and show you guys those areas. So make sure you get the saving without savior schnapps mod and back up your saves, especially if you like that save and you're like, oh, this was a good area or scene or something like that, because it'll delete your saves. So it's a really nice mod. Pretty much you just hold the select button here and it'll automatically save the game for you. So yeah. Alright, so for installing mods, the first thing we're going to do is go to our Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 main folder. We're going to come here, right click, go to create new, and then folder, and then you're going to call that folder mods, and I already have it here. So in this folder is where you're going to be extracting the zip files that you download from Nexus mods. There are a couple of files like autoexec.cfg and user.cfg. Autoexec.cfg is our main one that's going to help us get those 60 frames, so download that one. The user.cfg, I'm just going to put this stuff down in the video description for you guys. You can copy, paste it, and just create a new one there just to make it a bit easier so you don't have to download multiple things and smash it together. But yeah, so I'll go through the mods, just a little brief explanation here of what each one does, and yeah. Alright, so getting into the quick description of each of these mods, the FPS boost is pretty much just a configuration file to change things like vignettes, film grains, sharpening, stuff like that to help the performance a bit. The FPS FIX memory leak is interesting. I didn't understand it too much. I guess it's more when you're playing for longer periods of time, but it's pretty much like a memory cleanup add-on. Smooth cutscene FPS is nice. A lot of the cutscenes are locked at 30, so this unlocks them. I'm not sure if it's just to 60 or beyond that, but yeah, that'll get you to 60. And then the fast launch is the skipping the intro videos. Instant herb picking is really nice, especially if you're doing it 100 times. More responsive targeting. This is really interesting, and I definitely recommend this once you get into the later game when you're fighting multiple enemies. It's really sticky when you're targeting multiple enemies, so when you're on one person and you want to switch to somebody else, you really have to hold the joystick to be able to shift to the other person, and this loosens it up a bit so you can kind of move off of the enemy a bit easier and switch to other people. Disable distant fog, pretty self-explanatory. Interior lights fog, same thing. Third person view camera. Oh yeah, and then that will be a CFG file for those two as well, and then you'll just drag those into your main folder. The disable vignette, self-explanatory, fast travel anywhere, I already explained that one. And better torches. This was kind of interesting and actually really nice, helped the quality a lot. The torches have this really bright glow at night, so that helps to remove that and just make it more realistic. So yeah, so I hope that got... And so before we boot up here too, we're going to go to our settings, properties, and then in the launch options, make sure to put -dev mode space plus exec space user.cfg, and that'll just make sure that user.cfg file activates as well when we boot up. Alright, so the other mod I wanted to show you guys is the fast travel anywhere. What you can do is you can lay down a checkpoint, you come back here, and you hold the top left bumper, and then you press in the left thumbstick, and that will take you to the checkpoint location. What I really liked about this one is that it doesn't just automatically teleport you there, and it can still give you like highway events, so you can either stop, flee, or fight, that kind of stuff. And it just helped to speed up the game a bit more. This game is crazy big, and there's so much to get sidetracked on, but I'm the type of person that kind of just likes to stick to the main story when it comes to these games, because I will never complete these games if I stick to side quests. So yeah, it was just a super helpful mod, and I definitely recommend it if you're a person that wants to just kind of push through the story and not get sidetracked by things. Alright, so the last mod I want to show you guys real quick is the third person mod. It's more of a show mod than anything. It's really hard to actually play the game with this mod, and there's a lot of bugs associated with it, like the menu messes up, the dialogue options disappear when you're selecting dialogue. But for the most part, yeah, it's just kind of cool to see, show off your armor, you know, horse, that kind of stuff. And let's see, what else is there? Oh yeah, the zoom out. The zoom out's crazy too, because you're still getting those 60 frames, even on a zoom out like this. When you get into the cities and that stuff, I'll show you a bit more. It does dip into like the 50s, around there. But it's so crazy to see this, and yeah, really cool. Alright, so a couple more things before we finish up. So for the controller settings, I added a toggle magnifier to L5, and then the right trackpad is going to be used as a mouse. So because we're using the FSR performance mode, the text is a little hard to read and a little grainy and jittery. So with the toggle magnifier, we can zoom in a bit, and then with the right trackpad mouse, we can also control the toggle magnifier and the location. This is pretty helpful for when you're on the map, and I don't like using the joystick to look around like this, and it gets a bit kind of jittery too. So with the mouse, you can kind of just look at things a bit easier and read them a bit easier, and we can also zoom in and do that. So yeah, so I hope this helped you guys a lot. It's a great game. I'm really happy to see it performing so well, and I hope more people see this video so they actually know how well it performs. But yeah, so enjoy, you guys, and see you next time.